So hello, today we're looking at Lord of the Rings, the adventure card game. I'm going to quickly run through the tutorial to show you, how it plays, and then future streams, future videos are going to be me playing through the campaign. So we kick things off with the core concepts. There's going to be some fluff in here, some
Impatient
narrative.
to greet his old friend Glowin, who was expected on the Old
Can't get
Forest
used to
Road,
hearing glowing.
Bilbo
It's
left
glowing.
Bjorn's Hall to wander the approaches of Mirkwood. After raiding a bee's hive for an
Gonna let this
after-dinner
run through
snack,
and
he continued
perhaps we'll
onward,
edit it out
eyes scanning the path
in the
ahead
post.
for the face of his old friend. Bilbo was so eager to see Glowin that he lost track of time, and soon the light began to dim. With the setting sun, the sounds of the wilderlands came alive, with the clicks, calls and squawks of creatures more attuned to nocturnal
Good
activity.
narration, the audio.
Too
It's
late,
pretty
Bilbo
much spot
noticed
on
the
across the
impending
board.
shroud of darkness.
Oh, my stars!
He exclaimed.
I seem to have gotten all turned around!
Suddenly there was a snapping sound from the trees nearest Bilbo. He froze, staring at the tree nervously. But a soothing voice spoke softly from behind Bilbo.
Greetings, friend of the elves.
Much to Bilbo's relief,
It's all right.
it was
Arwen's
Arwen
here.
of Rivendell,
Arwen's
accompanied
here.
by a tall woodland elf.
I am
Ooh,
Legolas,
Legolas.
son of Thranduil, whom you know well.
Right, we're going to turn the master volume down a touch.
from the elves.
It is fortunate that we found you, elf friend.
Bilbo, Arwen,
Neither the folk of
and
Rivendell
Legolas.
nor of Thranduil's Hall shall fail you.
So 3 heroes, just like the paper card game, doing quests, fighting monsters, symbols. You start every cast with 5 cards. So far, so -1 the paper card game. But for now, the important thing is cost. So resources, just like the paper card game. Each round you gain 3 resources, 1 for each hero. So far, so good.
You have certainly gotten yourself lost, little friend.
I do like the
Hold
immersion
fast. I
with the
fear we
audio.
are
It
not
just
alone.
it goes that little bit extra. You must find the path to continue your journey. So it'll do all that admin like these apps do, and it's whether or not that's worth your time and effort. So objectives,
find a
just like
path
active
past these
locations and
creatures.
quests. That's going to be your ultimate goal generally in each game, but obviously you've got these pesky minions to deal with as well. So start with the upkeep, and like many card games you're going to have keywords that refer to certain phases, and upkeep is generally a way of delivering on that at the start of every turn. So we've got 2, one on Legolas, one on Arwen. Arwen's going to be healing us, and Legolas is going to be doing some damage. Some trigger automatically, other require a target. So everything should be fairly clear and highlighted. It's reminding me of who's got to do what. And we're going to do 1 damage to this guy.
Back, foul creatures!
Because we know Arwen's ability did not trigger
I
because
have some
the characters are
healing
wounded.
arts, should there be need.
All makes sense. So each gain resources that are spent to play cards at the start of the turn. The resources are here for you, and then for Sauron up the top here. So this is the bread and butter, the action phase. This is where we take an action, then the opponent takes an action. Obviously we're playing against the AI in this tutorial and future campaigns, but there is a multiplayer version as well. So we keep going until we're all out of actions, and then you can manually end the phase if you so desire. So events are like spells that have one-off costs, and allies are going to help
have
support our
friends
3
in this
heroes. So here we have some allies, a Rohan ally, and it's asking us to play an ally from your hand. So we've got 3 resources. What should we play? We're not going to need the Lemba spread, so we'll play one of the 2s. Apply progress to the objective, or have a bigger beat stick. We will actually cast this. So we're going to do... Oh, it's telling us what to do. Okay, fine.
May I see everything?
I didn't want that place. It's suboptimal. Suboptimal. Allies, not quite as strong as heroes, but they're there to help you. That's cheating. Sauron can have 8, you can only have 7. So then, it's Sauron's go. You've got a handy little reminder here of what everyone's done in case you miss it. So hazards are like sub-objectives, if you like. So this is going to exhaust my
Just like old times.
allies whenever I play them. So I really need to deal with that straight away. So willpower is the one in the middle, and that's going to get rid of that hazard for me. And now some pesky rats. Again, referencing keywords, rats have got an upkeep ability and an end of turn ability. So as soon as we hit that end phase button, we're gonna, or it's gonna be restoring a health. So what's the next play? So if we attack, they attack. I want to do damage to an unwounded enemy, so
I
we're
offer my spear.
going to hit this guy. So damage, unless you're on guard, which we'll come to later, is only one way. So we want to kill... We can't kill off the only... or the... We can actually. We can kill this guy off. We want to use our ones with higher attack on minions, as you'd expect, and higher willpower on objectives and hazards. All fairly straightforward fare. So let's just finish off on which we can do. Yeah, we could use the willpower on that hazard, but I just want to finish off. Especially as the rat's going to heal. The rat's going to heal at the end of the turn. And it's my go because Sauron's passed. So every end effect, which the rats had, but obviously they're dead, so no dice. Yeah, read the card. It does what it says on the card. Simple. We've gone to a new turn. Upkeep. We're going to get resources after upkeep effects. So Arwen is going to heal this guy. If you right click on them at any time,
I shall tend to the wounded.
you can tell more details about them and what they would be like maxed out. That's quite handy in keeping track of what's what. You'll also see the numbers are slightly dialed. So it is during the upkeep you draw cards and you get resources. So we get 3, and in this tutorial he gets 4. So let's just power on. We do have the woodland carrier that's going to add 1, but let's just bait out and see what he's going to do, and then we'll decide what to do. I think we'll put out 2, 3, 4. So we're not looking like we're going to get this objective this time. We're going to play a card because his spider can't kill anything
The
yet.
hidden arrow strikes fast.
Again, referencing more keywords. When an ally or a minion dies with a revenge keyword, that will trigger. Bullying Arwen. Bullying Arwen. So again, we want to use our 0 willpower high attack guys to attack the spider. Bait out what they're doing, and they've reduced all of our allies, not our heroes, willpower to 0. So we'll use them to finish off. And anything they don't do, we're going to use our willpower
Before your stroke fell.
to try and find the path.
I'll do the stinging.
And yes, we could activate him, but he's not going to do anything with 0 willpower, so we'll end the phase. Next turn, we're edging there. We're getting closer. We're edging there. So we're going to heal you again. We're not too worried about Legolas at the moment. I think we're going to Arwen again.
For Rivendell!
-2 resources to each player. I think we just move along. Move along. Yeah. So, whenever you complete the objective, you get to travel. But if we do, any enemy will attack. This isn't an enemy, however.
Road is no longer safe.
So I'm hoping it
I
doesn't
must
come with
walk
us.
glowing.
Glowing. Oh, thank you. We've completed the goal for this location. Yeah. It did stay, but it obviously can't attack. So we need to deal with this, otherwise it's going to hit us. No willpower. You. It wants us to travel. Then we get hit. Suboptimal. It's just teaching us how
I
the game
sense something
plays.
strange has
That's fair.
befallen Mirkwood.
Legolas observed as silence descended upon the forest. Arwen agreed, adding,
Let us continue along the path.
Yeah,
but remain
this-
vigilant should these
I'm coming
creatures
this from
return.
Bilbo
Hard
sensed
game
something
plan,
as
so I
well,
understand the core
an
concepts, but
increasing feeling
as
of
far as
being
the tutorial
watched,
goes,
of an
yeah.
unknown observer lurking
learning.
nearby.
I feel the eyes of the forest on me.
production values
whispered.
seem
Arwen
Seem
and
high.
Legolas glanced at each other in worry, for they had
Nice
sensed
and
this for some
polished.
time now.
I don't
Alas,
think you can
before they
afford
could
to
do
release
anything
an app
about it,
anymore without
more
being
spiders
that-
dropped from hidden
that well
webs
done.
above to attack.
There's too much competition.
More of the foul beasts descend.
Big
Beware
guys.
that creature.
Upkeep,
I mark it to be
exhaust a random
greater than
ally.
its brethren.
Sometimes Sauron will send special foes against you called villains. How do we know if they're villains? Assume with the border. I assume with the border. Defeat the Dark Weaver to complete your quest. So what does a Wandering Took do? We're going to heal you. Oh. Save the Revenger. So we're better off trying to clear the board, that's just my style. Or do we go face and hit this guy as quick and as hard as we can? No. Is the answer to that. So let us start hitting. Boo. So we don't need to worry about something once it's exhausted. So we're going to restore health. Is that will make it the last one I can play?
Welcome to Rivendell.
7 characters. But that saves this one from dying from any of the attacks actually. So our board is full, we're just going to start hitting things in the face.
You would die before your stroke fell.
Hitting things in the face. Deal 1 damage to every ally. Bully. Bully tactics. I'm sure that was enough to kill him, but yeah, here he is still. You try and play an ally over the top of your 7 allowed, then it will force you to replace one. So let's just finish you
For
off.
Rivendell!
It does have 6 resources. And we'll finish you off. What else you got up your sleeves? Ooh. He's swimming in resources now. So this is no good to us because it doesn't contribute any attack. So I'm happy to... Oh, the Wandering Took doesn't do much either. You know what? We're just going to end the phase and hope to draw something with better attack. Ow. Ouch indeedy. Okay, let's see what you got. 5 cards, 6 resources. Let's heal. It almost doesn't matter. They're going to attack one of them, so let's heal something else. Something that we can ensure its survival. I think that was the right play. I'm a min-maxer. I like to clear the board, sorry. Right, so let's get an attack in before he can pull it back, which I'm sure is what he'll do. Or that. Thank you very much. Getting attacked. What do we want to save? It's repeated that we're only going to be killing the Dark Weaver, but I'm always thinking ahead. Always thinking ahead. I really do like the UI. I like the surround. As a Hearthstone player and now a Magic Arena player, I'm used to a certain ambience, and if I don't get it, disappointed. So let's just listen to the man. Let's just get through this. Finish off the Dark Weaver.
You would die before your stroke fell.
Let's not style this out any longer than it needs to. Swimming in resources, can't do much when you're dead.
Rivendell! We have vanquished the beasts. Come, my friends. I see the path ahead.
So there are definitely similarities between this and the
For
paper
days,
version.
a strange pull had drawn the creature towards the
But
forest's edge.
The things that
Desire
made
drove it
sense
on.
to slightly amend,
The creature missed the cool air and
because this
precious
is a video
darkness
game,
of the
I
stone.
think have been good
Yet for years
choices.
it had roamed the wilderland, faithfully searching, hunting, craving. A nearby noise attracted its attention, and the creature slid through the branches to investigate.
This is the important
As it
part
peered
thematically.
out of the trees onto a small trail,
Does it
its
replace
ancient heart began to beat
all
rapidly.
of that inspecting of
For
cards,
there it
reading the
stood,
lore,
the
getting
thief,
the sense of story?
the
'Cause
forever
if it doesn't
cursed.
convey that, then
Finally,
there's absolutely no point
Baggins.
even trying to compare it to Lord of the Rings. You want to feel part of a story, otherwise, yeah, I'd suggest it's a complete waste of time. So there's your core concepts. We're gonna quickly move on to advanced concepts. Jolly good then.
Having dispatched the spiders,
And I will let
Arwen
you
and Legolas
listen
led Bilbo back to the Old
to
Forest Road.
the waffle.
I thank you, my friends, for rescuing a lost old hobbit.
He said,
What's this talk of being lost?
called a voice from up the trail.
Glowing!
Bilbo cried with joy,
Glowing.
for it was he at last.
Hello, my old friend!
Glowing gestured to the stout companion at his side.
This is my son, Gimli, who has traveled with me from the Lonely Mountain.
The younger dwarf nodded to Bilbo, but eyed the elves warily,
Well met.
came his gruff response. Arwen nodded in respect to both dwarves.
With Bilbo in the charge of these strong companions, we shall take our leave. We have business elsewhere, and a meeting of our own to keep.
Bilbo was sad to see the elves go, as he much liked their presence. But he was eager to relive old tales over food and drink with Glowing at Bjorn's warm
Glowing.
hearth. The elves departed silently into the woods, while Bilbo and the dwarves made down the forest path.
Here we go.
The trees
Along
of
the
Mirkwood
road
bring back
again.
memories of my younger days.
Everything is laid out in such a way
The feast at Bjorn's Hall.
that makes sense.
I look forward to meeting Bjorn himself.
And as long as you're paying attention, yeah, I'm not sure what else they could have done to improve it.
I thought this road was safe.
No longer, I'm afraid.
Fend off the creatures of the night for 4 rounds. So instead of actually using willpower to progress, we're literally, that's a timer. And this card almost has the prey effect where it tells you it's going to attack. So let's explore defense and guard. So right click characters to zoom in and see more about them. And Gloin's got the guard keyword. So here we can guard. And that's going to act like a taunt. So now, unless they've got means to get around it, they're going to attack the person you guarded with. And this is when two-way damage takes place. However, it does exhaust your character when they're attacked.
We will face them together, old friend.
Okay then, Bilbo. Them's fighting talks. So here you see Gimli gets a buff when another character takes damage, and that's going to be enough to get rid of this guy.
You will not harm my father and live, beast.
Them's fighting talk. Another muck adder. Bleed now. Finish the round. You can use Bilbo to take an action or play a card from your hand. What's the play? I think I want me some... cards to play.
Snakes!
That was a good point. And a misplay. But I'm in the tutorial. However will I survive? Okay. You can die. Yeah, sequencing, that was poor. And from a long-time Magic player, I can no excuse for poor sequencing. No excuse. It's a lot of passing. I've already explained this bit, so it's a timer instead. 3 more rounds. Right, let's get this done. Let's get this done. So again, I think we'll guard... one damage doesn't help us in this board state, but it won't let us do anything else.
Those are the power of good. Well met, friend elf.
That was the best outcome though. If this one had attacked. So guard and defense, we know the difference between now. Why am I doing that again? Yes, it stopped me. I'm ashamed. I'm genuinely ashamed.
Depart for the west.
That was horrific. Horrific play.
The stinging.
Right, let's see if I can bungle my way through this some more.
He looks more like a grocer than a
Bungle. So we are going to play, because again, it's not relevant this time, we can let him attack. We'll play the Kelduin.
My journey's plainly hit.
Let's see if he does play anything else with his 3 cards and 2 resources. Guard. We won't use common codes at this point. There's no guard. 2 more rounds. We'll use common codes on the last round. So that makes my job easier. Where did he come from? Okay. Let's see how ranged works. Well, I can save you the suspense. Range just allows you to circumvent guard. There we go. So we want to kill the monk out of the ranged. We've got enough now, but we don't want to deal with them. We will... start swinging. We're going to attack. One with the most attack back. And maybe an everyone away from killing this guy off. One more round. I feel a common cause. No, that's not what I thought it was. Exhaust and ally to ready a different character. Talking nonsense. Jarwolf is unique. So far, so paper. Bats are flying, but we can use ranged and other flying units to attack them. Okay, will do. Will do. But revenge is gonna spawn some black forest bats with flying as well. So I know for a fact that once these attack, we're better off guarding. Okay, that didn't go as I expected. That did not go as I expected. Sauron displayed an enemy that can affect threat. This is a good time to learn about threat and the threat meter. So here we go. On the right hand side, threat, just like paper. Paper Lord of the Rings. And the same, each hero has got its own threat, so we should be starting on 29. Nailed it. And the same as, yep, we're going to gain a threat at the end of every round. So, in this, and this is a nice little addition, there are sort of 3 sub-threats, if you like. So you know, roughly, the sort of thing, I actually lays it out explicitly, what's going to happen when you get to a certain threat, so you can plan ahead. You really can strategise quite well during this game. So it's our go. We want to guard again, maybe? No, we're just going to finish off you. See, now they're exhausted, they come down to the ground. So we don't bother guarding. We don't bother guarding.
Like a grocer than a bird.
We let him attack, maybe finish this guy off, so be it. Instead, we shall save our guy by guarding with Gimli. So it stops us from dealing with objectives as well. But we can, and we might as well, apply 2 progress to the quest. And we survive the turn. So we travel now to avoid the looming threat. At the end of the turn we went up to 30 and now we're facing our first sub-threat. But if you don't travel promptly after completing a location goal, you draw Sauron's ire in the form of the looming threat. A locked hard hazard that produces an increasing amount of threat every round. So the best way to deal with it is simply avoid it. So we're going to get attacked a couple of times. I thought we could jog on at this point. So you'll see that got rid of guard as well. Okay. That makes sense. Go ahead and play the woodland carrier.
I bring news from Rivendell.
Let's travel. You can use willpower for more than just engaging objectives. You can also use it to trigger fate events.